I'm actually leaving Northfield Park right now. I'm leaving Ohio right now. I know we have Swinging Senorita in tomorrow and Oh My Gosh in tomorrow, but I just get a sense that everybody is really stressed out home over the move. And I know I take things pretty easily, but our trainers, our caretakers, the horses can get a little stressed out over a move like this. So Amy was working her butt off at the barn today. Ollie has a ball tournament coming up. We have, she wanted to pick up some things for the kids for back to school. And I thought that, you know what, me being home tomorrow made a little more sense than me being here just to qualify Senorita. Listen, she's easy to qualify. I talked to Donnie Irvine. I said, Donnie, all she needs is a tightener. Just needs a tightener. So Donnie Irvine, a great old horseman, does a great job. He's going to go with Swinging Senorita tomorrow. He may go with Oh My Gosh too, or Jason, one or the other. Maybe Jason will go with him. But again, he just needs to go mile 2.3, 2.4. He said he was a little flat training. I think Oh My Gosh is okay, but he's growing into his frame. And, quite frankly, I think he just needs time. He just needs time. Now, he's been in 2.3. We've schooled him in 2.3. I'd like to hear he went an okay mile in 2.5, 2.4 tomorrow, come back again with a stiffer mile next week. And at that point, he should be ready to go. That's our plan. That's my plan. That's Jason's plan. So that's how everything will go tomorrow. I just thought, I know that Amy does a great job saying, everything will be fine, everything will be fine. But the last thing I want her right now, especially before yearling season, is stressed out. I want her to have some fun with me at the sales. And, this transition, this move up to first line is a little taxing. So, we have, as it turns out, we have 31 horses going up, not 39, and it won't be 31. It'll be all of shed row. 3, 5, 10, and 12 will be at first line in the next, let's say, 72 hours. The issue is at the front of that barn we're moving into is Bob Young's stable. Now, Bob's a nice guy. He's got, good horseman. He's going to Florida for the winter. So when I'm looking at the layout of the barn that we're moving into, there's room there for Dominic's shed row, Mario's. Jason's got a couple of horses with Cindy there. There's room, but somebody would be scattered around a little bit. It's just it's not fair. And quite frankly, I would like to see Harry at the front of the barn. Harry's, in general in life is a little reclusive. You guys know that. Very nice man, keeps to himself though. And I think he would probably benefit from just being at that front of the barn where, nobody's bugging him. He's just there. So as we go through this transition, I want it to go smoothly. So I'm actually going home tonight. I'll be home by 1:30 or so, which is fine. And I'll be up tomorrow and at the barn at Tamiko to help everybody start to move out. What else? Blue Tesla flat tonight. I'm almost certain she tied up a little bit. We talk all the time about trying our hardest not to interrupt horses' schedules, and this downtime at Northfield Park did just that. This filly did not want to bust out of the gate, did not want to be second over. I couldn't get her hooked in a position where she was bad in case she was okay. If she was okay, she'd still win. She wasn't even okay. She was present. So, not a great mile from her tonight, but I knew it wasn't bleeding. It wasn't something like that. It was present and constant the whole way, which leads me to believe that she tied up at some point. Maybe when Jason trained her up on Saturday, she tied up a little bit, but I can almost guarantee you you're going to see that in her blood. I would bet very, very good money to that. She'll bounce back. She'll get them next time. It just prolongs her trip to Canada about a week longer, which is fine, not a big deal. And by the time she gets out of those classes, as Jason said, Bravura and My Sweet Mimi, they're getting ready to go. They weren't ready to drop right in the box because they had raced. It was been about 2.5, 3 weeks. So Bravura, I was going to train tomorrow morning, so I guess Jason can do that. And My Sweet Mimi probably Saturday. He thought she was a little crampy this week also. So just trying to get those horses in the swing of things, get them in a proper, consistent routine, and get them racing. But now that our girl Blue Tesla is going to be at least a week, we have that breathing room where once she leaves, we can shove those two right in to go. So that's the plan with those two horses. Now, a lot going on. Little recap of this afternoon. Friday we got Rosita's Dream racing for $12,000. If he makes the final, they go for $140,000 out in Illinois. So gives you reason to say maybe it's okay out there. I wish Rosita's Dream was a second, maybe two faster right now, but that's racing. There's not much you can do about that. And then also Saturday. Now it all kicks off with Rosita's Dream on Friday. Now I don't want to miss too many horses that are racing Saturday, Sunday in Ontario, but the focus this weekend, in fairness, aside from the Maple Leaf Trap where we drew the 10 hole, will be in Pennsylvania. The finals are this weekend. The way that it worked out, Yannick Gingras is going to drive Crantini. Dave Miller is going to drive Carter Michael Dio in the Consolation. Now, I was down to drive Spitfire, but as I said this afternoon, I thought it was only fair. My brother Mark was there, and I say this all the time. He's a great fit for this horse, and Spitfire has turned into the most chill, laid-back horse. He has expanded his understanding of racing quite a bit. Since he absorbed a lot since he's been racing. You know, that first start I was very protective of him. Came first over, he won at 55-4. His next start he was a little hot. We had to change some shoes, change some stuff, let his hobbles out, and tinker with him. Now we got him good. Ronnie raved about him tonight, and I kind of felt bad because if I couldn't be there, I felt that maybe Ronnie could. But in fairness, my brother's there, and Ronnie had only driven the horse once. It's not like he'd been with him the whole season, and you know there was some quirks that Ronnie knew. Ronnie did a fantastic job driving the horse, but I opted for Mark, who is in Philadelphia also on Sunday afternoon. Nothing against Ronnie, but Mark is my brother. So Mark will drive Spitfire overseas. Yannick will drive Crantini. They leave beside each other, I think, 3-4, 4-5, something like that. And then Carter Michael Dio also drew very, very favorably in the Consolation. That will be his first start on Lasix. So that is Philadelphia on Sunday. Back it up 24 hours. A horse that I am greatly anticipating his race this week is we opted to enter the horses in the $50,000 Consolation, and lo and behold, they got in. A short field for Will to win Hanover. Mark McDonald will drive. We'll see how she does. She actually looks now, I can only see how much money the horses have made in her class and what their marks are. She fits favorably in there, just on first glance. And then JK Mickey Mantle. I'll be honest with everybody. Tim said he's had a good week. I told Mark just to let him rock. You know, I drive him like he's the best horse in the race because I think he is. And that's how I feel about the horse. I think a horse that's been off a month, comes in, loops the field leaving, and follows them up, paces him 50-3, 27-2 on the end of it, is ready to go. And, you know, if he in fact has had a good week, now Tim was going to draw his blood to make sure, but if he in fact has had a good week, I think it should be a very favorable showing for the horse. For J.K. Mickey Mantle. Now that's Saturday. We have J.K. Mickey Mantle. We got Will to win Hanover. Tim's got his horse in, so good luck to the little guy. He's in a good spot too. Sunday Philadelphia, and then Monday I'm going to drive Austral Hanover in the Poconos, and Mark is going to drive Tailgate Buzz. So Mark's going to do a lot of driving for us this week. Saturday at the Meadows, Sunday in Philadelphia, Monday at the Poconos. He didn't have the greatest of luck with our horses in Ontario, and quite frankly, I think everybody should recognize. Now we are going to have to, you know, pick up his flight for coming to Canada, but the fact that he rushed out of the Poconos to fly up to Canada to drive Landing Strip and drive Brace for Landing and had no luck with them, very small amount of luck with them, says a lot about my brother. He didn't have to do that. There was more than enough people that could have filled in. And I hope and I expect and I believe he'll have a lot of luck this weekend with our horses. For me, what are you doing, Anthony? Because I'm coming home, I might take Ava with me. And Friday, after Oliver's first game, I'm going to watch my son play baseball first. If there's enough time, and I believe there is, I'm going to drive from the tournament straight to the fair in Ohio, because it is actually northeast. It's about 4 hours, I believe, from the Burton Fair, maybe a tick over, 4 hours from the Burton Fair to my house. So if the tournament is in Guelph, I don't know where the tournament is. If the tournament happens to be in Guelph, it's a slam dunk. The game will be over by noon. I will be at the Burton Fair. Otherwise, Justin Irvine, who's done a great job with our horses and has driven Sweet on Pete, said he would be happy to fill in. So we have options. That's a pretty cool fair in the sense that we weren't going to go, but then we looked at it. We get the rail going for $12,000 with the little Enterprise filly that won the other day in 2.5. God, where's my brain tonight? And then Sweet on Pete's going for $6. So is Purple Aura going for $6. Now I did enter Victor Cruz online for sale, but we won't be able to sell him until Saturday, as he has got the rail in a 4-horse field going for $6,000. So could be a beneficial day for us at the Burton Fair. He is, as I said, he is online. He is on gate. I opted not for the auction. I just put him on online, and we put him on there for $22,000. And I doubt we'll get a lot of calls, but at the same token, that's fine. He's still maiden. His wins all came in fairs. He's still a maiden. He'll still do us some good. And at some point, somebody's going to step up and win. Victor Cruz, I just thought with the 5 or 6 fairs left, the Buckeye, Delaware sale, lots of stuff going on, he probably would garner some interest. I suspect if he looks as good as I hope he will at Burton, then he will. So, as I said, that's it for me tonight. I'm on my way home. I'm heading home to Ontario, Canada, to Guelph. Going to help everybody, kind of help everybody. I'll watch, make sure everybody's doing it right tomorrow with the move to First Line Training Center, look at some horses, talk about a bit of a complex schedule coming up with Nothing But a Dreamer. He can't race in the Gold at Flamborough because he raced in Grassroots number 4, where we were victorious. I suspect Champlain, I just don't think we should gamble the Grassroots final, where I think he's one of the better ones. I don't think we can gamble the Grassroots final, so I'm thinking semifinals for the Champlain, semifinals for the Grassroots. Now, the Champlain is going to be a very telling race for us. A very telling race. This may change a bit, but as I drive down the road right now, I think what Harry and I have talked about is, because for him to make the Gold Super Final, he's only got 2 points right now. He would literally have to be first or second, I believe, in the next Gold to make the final. And by the way, you would have already missed the Grassroots semifinals and finals in doing this. The Grassroots semifinals and finals are before the last Gold. So, as I drive down the road right now, I'm thinking probably Champlain, semifinals, finals of the Grassroots, and put Nothing But a Dreamer away. Now, if Nothing But a Dreamer goes out and looks like a absolute beast in the Champlain, now what? Now what do we do? It would have to be a very telling race. It would have to be a very strong race from Nothing But a Dreamer for us to forego the entire finishing of the Grassroots, which would be, I think, probably an elimination of 20 and a final of likely 60. To forego that, knowing that you have to go into the last Gold, which will likely be for 60 or 70 on its own right, I guess. There's an argument to be made. He would have to be first or second to make the final. And even if he was first or second, there's some point issues there where if one of the horses in 7th or 8th or 9th jump up and do well in the next Gold, that pushes us down again. So let's see how he does in the Champlain, and then we'll go from there. I know that Megan Scran is expecting Brace for Landing, Tactical Mounds, and Landing Strip tonight, who will be entered in New Jersey. If you are an owner of any of those 3 horses, Brace for Landing, Landing Strip, or Tactical Mounds, you will need your New Jersey license by next week. They will race next Thursday and next Friday. So that is where we're at with those particular horses. Just a ton of stuff going on. I'm trying to focus on everything. Plus, I'm trying to look at what is coming up with the sales catalogs. It's not far away. It's 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks and 1 day tomorrow to the Ohio sale, the select sale. And only 2 weeks after that is Lexington. We will all go to bed and wake up and it'll be here. I know that will happen for sure. So we're prepared. for that. We're prepared for the sales, but I don't want to look past this weekend, a big weekend coming up. High expectations and hopes and dreams of us doing well. We've had a great year, but there has to be that culmination, and hopefully it's ahead of us and not behind us. For horses like Austral Hanover, and for Austral Hanover, this is his last start of the year. I'll double check his staking, but I'm almost positive this is it for him. He's done after this start. Tailgate Buzz, my plan is actually maybe to bring him home for the Champlain also. Don't kid yourself. Tailgate Buzz is no slouch. He can follow as much speed as they want to throw down in front of him. And he's as good as many of our colts. So I don't think it's a stretch to see him come down for the Champlain. And then I think about 8 days later or so is the final race in at the Meadows, like the Liberty Bell, but it's not the Liberty Bell. It doesn't matter. I can look it up. So that's what I've been doing all day, is trying to finalize what paths are likely for our horses for the finals in Pennsylvania. Hold the phone. I don't know yet. It's going to take... We're going to have to figure out what we're doing. You're likely going to see Carter Michael Dio come home for the Champlain also. He is not going to Kentucky at all. So Champlain, and then obviously, I am not lost to the fact that we have $1 million race coming up on the 24th of September. Who will be our horse? You know what the great thing is? One, we have a horse for the Mohawk Millions. In fact, we have 3, maybe 4 horses for the Mohawk Millions. And that is a great thing in itself. Who's going to be our horse for the Mohawk Millions? Will it be Crantini? Will it be Carter Michael Dio? Will it be Spitfire Overseas? Or will one of the other horses jump up really strong? What happens if you see Landing Strip go a monster mile in the Meadowlands? Or Brace for Landing? A lot is going to take place over the next 3 weeks at the stable.ca. The finals are just the start. We have the sales. We have the Mohawk Millions. We have a ton of other things going on with the Champlain. A lot going on. The month of September is going to be a huge month for the stable, I hope. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm on my way, as I said, home to Ontario. I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great night. Take care.